Here today with Mike Graham, one of the most popular presenters at Talk Radio, with the Brexit hero and freedom fighter, Steve Baker.
Oh, yeah.
By one of this country's best media presenters, Talk Radio's Julia Hartley-Brewer. By Isabel Oakeshott, one of the top political journalists and commentators in this country. The Brexit hero and Conservative MP, Nigel Evans. With Toby Young, the founder of the Free Speech Union. Well, yes. Annunziata Rees-Mogg, the former Conservative MEP.
So thanks for coming on the show, Madeline.
Hello Tom, welcome to the channel.
Hi, great to be here.
Oh Maya, I'm so delighted to be on your show.
I prefer to say Carol Baskin. But so Carol Baskin said, I am shocked. Some of us are moving on. Not everybody's apparently accepting the result. Right, let's talk about Greta Thunberg. The EU member states attacked the Commission and Germany are now in trouble. If we need more nurses, we will bring more nurses. If we don't need low-skilled workers, we won't bring low-skilled workers. So I'm currently on Edgware Road and this place is absolutely crazy. I mentioned Owen Jones having this weird meltdown for absolutely no reason. They don't know what's about to come. This building is about to cause chaos again. Like one of these. But, well, these are actual real flags, but the European Union flag, one of those fake flags. Hello everyone and welcome to another Saturday live stream. It's me, Tousi, and I'll be your host. Unfortunately, I'm not joined by Lacey Butcher tonight. She's currently feeling unwell in Dorset. But we have a lot to talk about. What a week we've had. We've had the SNP scandal escalating with Alex Salmond and Nicola Sturgeon. We've had the European Union splitting over the decision to centralize everything. And we have the World Economic Forum coming out, posting a video, and then apologizing afterwards because what they said was absolutely ludicrous. First, I'm going to talk about what the World Economic Forum said. In case you don't know, this is a group of powerful businessmen and politicians and the elite who think that by getting together and trying to come up with plans to save humanity and make the world a better place by centralizing everything. As I've always said, is Keynesianism on steroid. They want to reinvent capitalism, and they think that everything we've done so far, all the progress we've made is basically bad, and we have to make sure that the planet comes first. These guys tweeted a video of celebrating lockdown, saying that lockdowns are quietly improving cities around the world. This is exactly what they said. It's absolutely astonishing. So I'm going to talk about this. There's a clip that I'm going to show you because they deleted this now. They said we are deleting this tweet because lockdowns aren't quietly improving cities around the world, but that's what they said. But they are an important part of public health response. And then I'm going to go to the live chat and get your questions. It's because we're going to have a lot of questions on this issue and a number of things with the European Union and everything else. So I will go back to you guys in a second. But firstly, let's have a look at this clip that the World Economic Forum decided to tweet. So, there are a few problems with this. Obviously, carbon emissions will come down when there's lockdown. But first, don't forget, if you actually enjoyed this channel and the videos, click on the thumbs up button, especially on the live stream. It will help spread the video around YouTube. Now, there's these guys decided to post this video to celebrate lockdowns, essentially suggesting that lockdowns is actually quite good because air is cleaner. That's true. And humans are basically inactive. That's also true, but at what cost? You're essentially saying that humans should stop doing things. That way, the planet will survive. well, what's the point of the planet if humans can't actually do anything on it? So this is the biggest problem we've had. And this is the same World Economic Forum who've come out on their own website saying that how the Davos Agenda 2021 outlined the path for a global cooperation. This is collectivism on steroid in this case, because they've said that to embrace humility, inclusivity and transparency, basically the first paragraph says that finding common ground between President Xi, Emmanuel Macron and Putin may seem impossible. However, each one of them emphasized the importance of placing humans at the heart of global cooperation efforts. Not really sure if all these three different leaders have the same outlook when it comes to humans and, well, especially global cooperation. But they say that President Xi advocated for mutual respect and finding common ground to allow civilizations to thrive. I mean, again, President Xi, really? Is he your role model? Is he really the best person to listen to when it comes to humanity? And so they keep using President Xi as the best person to say that, well, he wants to have good cooperation. He wants the world to get together. Again, at what cost? Are we going to go with the Chinese approach to politics? Or are we going to go with the Western approach or the Russian approach? There are different cultures, different priorities, and different requirements when it comes to each country. This is the biggest problem we have, and these guys don't really understand it. So I want to actually get your thoughts on this. So I'm going to go to the live chat, see what we have. So firstly, we have a number of YouTube moderators now joining our live stream. We have Tim Whittam and also Moonswan Silverlight has joined us as well. Darius should be joining. I don't know if he's late. I haven't seen him in the live chat yet. But so let's see what we have here first. Kevin Hoskin, welcome back to the live stream, Kevin. Kevin says, evening, Maya. I can't get my head around the own nothing and be happy. So for those of you who don't know, the World Economic Forum published this document back in last summer. And previously, they've also made videos saying that their predictions for the next 10 years. So by 2030, you might live in a world where you will own nothing, but you'll be happy. You'll be content. I'm not really sure what the purpose of that was initially, but it is all about the fact that aspiration means nothing anymore. The true meaning of capitalism and free enterprise and freedom means nothing. And that's why as long as you have big corporations and the elite at the top running the agenda and centralize everything, you should be fine. Darius says I'm here. So Darius is here, guys. It's fine. So we have our YouTube moderators who will be helping me find out what's going on in the chat. As I've said before, if you guys also want your question to stand out, we do have the super chat function, but in the description we also have the PayPal link. If you go on the PayPal link, you could leave a note. In the note section, you could put your questions and I'll get them on my iPad. Right, so we have Firefly Robert saying the Great Reset, but great for whom? That's the thing. So this Great Reset agenda that they created, and it's very quite public, because some people who criticize them, some people in the media are saying that, well, it's just conspiracy theorists talking about it. Depends what you're saying about the World Economic Forum and the Great Reset agenda. If you say that, yeah, there's a bunch of lizards in the back room, well, yeah, it's a bit iffy. But if you say that I'm just reading what their own website is talking about, the Great Reset and the publication that it talks about, in the name of green agenda and a greener world, we have to change everything and our lifestyles and the way we actually do things. Well, we're not saying it, they're saying it. And part of the Great Reset agenda is talking about how humans don't really come first. It's the planet first, and also then the elite. Jason says, hello, Maya. If we the people own nothing, why do the globalists still own things? Well, so that's the thing. So again, I'm not really sure this world that they're talking about, this prediction for 2030, is this going to be like nobody will own anything? Somebody has to own something. We're still living in a world where capitalism plays a big game. And again, firstly, even countries like China, even countries like Russia, even countries like Cuba, as Milton Friedman said back in the 80s, they're all capitalists. Somebody has to own the capital. So it's either the ordinary people out there, like in the West, well, now in America and certain places like the UK, it's primarily owned by big corporations, but still ordinary people can have the right, have the freedom to own again, either land or shares in companies. But in communist countries, they're still capitalists in a sense that it's the job of the state and governments, politicians, to own the lands and everything else. So, the whole world technically operates on a capitalist model, even communists, but they keep all the capital to themselves. So let's see what we have in the comment section. Lorraine suggests to check out the We Got a Problem, brilliant video. I'm guessing he's got a good channel. He talks about these sort of things a lot as well. Okay, there we go. So Starduck says loads of things. Do research before you buy anything. You'd be surprised. We have Andrew who says, when we have nothing to lose, then we have something to fight for. I think there's this point about where this is actually going, because when you have a number of Western governments and politicians actually agreeing with this, again, the green agenda primarily, it makes everything so polarized, because there are a lot of conservative-minded people who are pro-environment, and it really depends what your solution is. Do you want to, again, go with these guys and get the state and governments to make everything green, or do you want to use free market and capitalism, an enterprise, to make, come up with new inventions and new solutions to make the world a better place, greener, cleaner, and whatever, cleaner air, cleaner water. No one's really against that. We have our first super chat from Lemon Squeeze. Amazing username. Thank you so much for the £5, Lemon. I'm going to have to call you Lemon as a first name. So Lemon Squeeze says, I don't think having the president of China and Putin is a great role model for the World Economic Forum. It is true that I think what they've decided to do, just like with the United Nations, these days you see a lot of Putin, a lot of President Xi. And again, there are different characters. You can't put Putin and Xi in the same category. And a number of others as well. We've had some dictators in Africa who get platforms. I think it's primarily because these, again, globalist elites, they're the progressives, think that if we get those people more involved, we will come across as more inclusive and more diverse, rather than just keep hearing from Macron and others. That's their problem. But it's getting out of control now. It's just the President Xi show at this point. We have another super chat from Gary. Thank you so much for the £10, Gary. The comment that we have is the normal flu disappearing from stats. Yes, true, yeah. If you didn't know, in 2021, we've had no flu. I wonder why. We have no cases of flu. And then hospitalization to put down cases as the current virus. People being marked down as... I love this Kong flu phrase that's come up. Again, Donald Trump started this and now everyone's calling that. So there is a thing about what Gary is talking about in terms of the stats, and the government have already come out to... Matt Hancock was slightly confused when he's asked about the stats on flu. So everyone's at home, and some of the cases are being mixed with the other virus. So, oops. I think eventually things will come out anyway, the way the governments have handled this whole situation, but not yet. We have a PayPal donation from Andrew Ellis, I believe. Let me just quickly open this up for you guys, see if we have a question as well from Andrew. Let's double check the super chat situation. As I said, apologies if I have to pause every now and then, because Lacey unfortunately is not well, but she's doing her best. So I'm going to try and not mess up this live stream without her. Andrew actually says, thank you so much for the £5 donation on PayPal, Andrew. Hands up, who is glad that we have left the European Union? My hand is up. This is the first step to the United States of Europe. I am glad we are out. Andrew makes a good point. If you guys have seen my previous video earlier today at 5:45 p.m, I talked about the European Council and the President David Sassoli, who came out to say that we shouldn't go backwards to the world we used to have, because yesterday was bad. We have to completely get rid of the vetoes, and countries' sovereignty don't really matter anymore. We have to centralize the whole of the continent of Europe. So now the European Union are planning to bring everything together. So they already have one main president for the Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. They want to add 5 more. So 3 of them will be honorary presidents, don't even know why. And then the 3 executive presidents as well. So it's going to be even more difficult for them to unite their continent. But this is the whole situation with them. We are seeing a lot of comments in the live chat saying get well soon, Lacey, from Captain Jack and a number of others. Lacey also just left a comment in the live chat. Any questions for Maya? Perfect. So yeah, feel free to send us your questions, whether it's on the European Union and the video we did earlier, or again, the World Economic Forum. Russell is talking against the health passports and this immunity passports. We've had Michael Gove recently coming out to say that, oh yeah, you would not be asked by pubs to provide paperwork. Boris Johnson came out to say that they will discriminate. But now Michael Gove is in charge of the inquiry, the review into introducing immunity passports. It's a very confusing situation that government has fallen into right now, because the international passports or some sort of paperwork is going to happen. Whether you like it or not, there will be a lot of governments who will want you to show evidence that you've had the jab. That's just the world we live in. But domestically, it will discriminate. So that's another thing. You know, we're talking about the World Economic Forum. We're talking about the European Union centralizing everything. The problem with domestic immunity passports, or whatever you want to call them, is one issue people had was, is the state going to gather more data, personal data? That's not the main problem. The main problem is, even if businesses keep doing it, it will discriminate against a lot of people who can't take the jab. So those people can't go to the pub, apparently. So we have a new member. Actually, we have Trevor Higgs, actually. Oh, Trevor has been a member for a while. It says, so Trevor says 1.3 thousand, I think, watching right now. How many people are watching right? Yes, just over 1,000 people watching, but only 440 likes. Hit the like button, everyone. Yes, listen to Trevor. Trevor is amazing. He always reminds us. I'm going to put the graphic. There we go. Click on the thumbs up button. It will help the channel, help the video. So there's Trevor every Saturday. He reminds me. Brilliant. So apparently we have a lot of demand for James Delingpole. As you've seen, James came on the channel a few months ago. I actually asked him to come back to talk about the current situation, because with the lockdown apparently ending soon, soon, we got 4 months ago, 3 months ago, there is a lot to talk about in terms of the way the government handled it. So I'll ask James if he's available. Christopher, super chat, £5 from Christopher, thank you so much. The pandemic, brilliant, was to stop all the protests, not the ones from the left, but the ones from ordinary people. Governments were losing control around the world. There are a lot of theories, of course, and I mean, whether that's fully true or not, because I have no evidence. What I know is the double standards that we saw during the summer, when we had people coming out to march against the lockdown or some of the measures. We've had the hospitality workers coming out to just march against the measures against hospitality. The police came and had words with them, whereas you had the Marxists coming out and causing chaos and attacking our statues and flags. The police did nothing. So there is a massive double standard, and I fully understand that. Right, so we have David Chatburn, who is one of our new members. Hello, David. Welcome to the family. David says, greetings, Maya. Do you think that travel and tourism will return by this summer? Well, David, as a new member, I'm going to have to disappoint you, because I don't think we're going to have a proper summer internationally. Domestically, if the plan, as they say, goes ahead with the unlock, then yeah, we're going to have an okay summer. Okay, because it's going to be some establishments and venues either asking for immunity passports, or some people are just going to be walking around with face masks because they're used to it. But internationally, unfortunately, I don't think. There will be some places that you could go, David, but not everywhere. But regardless, welcome to the channel, David. Right, and there we go. So we have another one from Paul, super chat, £2. Thank you so much, Paul. Paul has a question. Any more news on Kanzak? Well, that's a good question. I was going to ask you guys, because we're still waiting for especially the New Zealand government to budge. For those of you who don't know, Kanzak is this idea of cooperation and a trade agreement, well, some sort of trade zone between Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and the UK. Because we have a lot a lot in common and a lot to share, our language, our heritage, and because we were part of the European Union for decades, we kind of left them. There was a lot of issues with especially the links to the Commonwealth. I'm pretty much in favor of Kanzak. It depends what sort of Kanzak we're going to have, because there's a lot of proposals in terms of, are we going to have freedom of movement, or are we going to have just the trade zone, and again, cooperation on defense. We're waiting for all the trade deals that Liz Truss is officially signing, with Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. Some of them are obviously finalised. We're still waiting for the others to be completely approved. And then I believe that the governments, because the massive lobbies going on right now in Westminster to push these governments to formalise Kanzak. So the moment I hear more about this, I will let you guys know. Yes, Lacey just says, thank you, the moderators. Yes, as Lacey says, thank you so much to Tim, Moonswan, and Darius, who are available with us, helping with the live chat. Right, so let's go and see. We have a number of comments about Matt Hancock. This live chat is not really pro Matt Hancock at this point. It's interesting because when the lockdown started at the beginning, Hancock was quite popular. And then the longer this whole thing went, and some of the wrong decisions that came from the Department of Health, he's no longer popular, poor guy. He wanted to be a party leader at some point. Now we have, I believe, a new member who's joined. Matthew Cranley has joined as a new on the activist tier. Welcome as a new member, Matthew. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in. One of the moderators, hopefully Lacey, will see the question as well. As most of you know, we have our membership. You can obviously join. We get a lot of perks in return. What we have is currently you guys get the members Q&A every week, and the video calls, Zoom video calls on Wednesdays, which we did one 3 days ago, which was really good. We are introducing more things. I did say it last Saturday. There's one thing that's going to be introduced, hopefully in the next couple of days. We're just formalizing a few things because we're making changes to the membership. We're going to add more benefits so that you guys could actually be more involved. One of them is really good. I just can't announce it yet because we have to make sure it's formalized and everything's kind of perfect. But we are going towards a more comprehensive route for a family that we have. But if you want to become a member, the link is in the description. Feel free to join us and you can be part of our community. I believe I missed a super chat. Yes, from Christine. £5 from Christine. Thank you so much. Hi Maya, what are your thoughts about this reset? I'm worried about it. Well, there's one thing about criticizing the idea, the concept, and I'm fully against it. There's one thing about the competency of these leaders. I don't really see this whole thing actually working out well. Just like how the United States of Europe is unlikely, not because there's no will, they have the will from the European establishments. It's just that it's not an easy thing to do. The only way they can do it is to completely make the world collapse and force everyone to cooperate. But if they want to keep just electing prime ministers and presidents who are in favor of the Great Reset and the Green Agenda, they're not going to work well together. 27 countries in the European Union, they can't even agree on some sort of simple policy on banking. For small banks, for example, they can't even agree in terms of their position on cryptocurrency. And so what do you expect? They can't even agree on policies on the sizes of banana, shapes of bananas. So don't expect them to actually be competent on that. Right, and we have Stephen Johnson, who asks about Kanzak, Build Back Better Club. So there is this fear about some of these trade zones. So there are a number of trade zones right now around the world already. And yes, some of them, actually most of them, are primarily backed up by big corporations, and they benefit a lot. So even TTIP, if America and the EU actually finalize some sort of agreement, trade zone, yeah, of course, big, your Amazons, your Apples, they're going to do much better. But I believe what the agenda of this government is, that's what Liz Truss and her department says, is that they want to prioritize bilateral agreements and trade agreements that help small businesses. That's the line. Kanzak is not really in the same category as the Build Back Better of the World Economic Forum. That not directly, no, because it actually was created way before the World Economic Forum's Great Reset agenda. So you never know in the future, but not yet. Right, so we have Jed Into Orbit, great name, who says, what do you think about Marine Le Pen? I can't see her going along with it. Well, I've been making this joke because last week we had Macron and her government coming out to say that Le Pen is quite soft on Islam. You can see that the French elections are coming up when the Macron government, the centrist government, is coming out to criticize Le Pen on cultural issues, saying that she's too soft on cultural issues. But Le Pen is not going to be in favor of that. So there is a chance that Macron could actually go down in the next election, but we have to wait and see, because the way the French government have handled the lockdown, but also previously with the protests that they had, it's not really looking good, but you never know. So let's have a look at some of the live chats, and also what I want to know. Well, we have a lot of comments about Lacey. Everyone's quite concerned. Robert says, "Get well soon, Lacey. Miss you. Thank you so much." Yes, she's doing okay. She just needs to recover, and she'll be back hopefully next Saturday. And what I want to know before I answer this question, I've got a good one. I want to know where you guys are watching us from. So if you want to put in the comment section where you're watching this live stream from, because I know we have a lot of American viewers tonight, including Tim from Seattle. Adam says, "Maya, I agree with 99% of what you say. I'm not a lefty or anything, but the state of some of these crazy conspiracy theory comments is appalling. Only help." Well, yeah. So this only helps the left to discredit the rest of us. So there is I think when it comes to certain things, there is no left or right. Just like Brexit, just like lockdown. And everyone assumed that it's people on the right who don't like the lockdown. You have a lot of people on the left. Actually, the BLM activists came out to protest against the lockdown. So it's not that. It's and people have various opinions regardless of their spectrum. If you're against the conspiracy theorists, for example, you have them on the left, on the right, but people have their opinions. So it's best, and that's the whole point of our platform. At least we allow everyone to speak out. And sometimes you agree with them, sometimes you disagree. But no, thanks for letting me know, Adam. Lemon Squeeze is back. Another super chat, £5. Thank you, Lemon. I'm gonna keep you, Lemon, as I said before. What do you think of President Biden regarding the recent airstrike? Well, this is a tricky one, because it's easy. Also, I'm seeing all the comments about your locations. So actually, we got Blue, who's from Greenwich. I grew up in near Blackheath, Lee, so it's between Greenwich and Lewisham. So welcome. You got Norwich, Leeds. Don't worry, Lemon, I'm going to go to your question. I'm just going to read out some of these. Darius, obviously from North London. I know Darius. For those of you who don't know, Darius lives in North London. We've got Sunshine, who's from America. It talks about there's an opposition website in America. Damien from Blackpool, HS from Leicestershire, Lee from London, we got Nottingham, Lancaster, wow, we got a lot of London, Hertfordshire, and we got Golden, who's from Germany, but from the UK, and we have County Down in Ulster. Brilliant. So I'm going to go back to the locations, but let's go back to the question we had from Lemon Squeeze. Biden and the recent situation in Syria. Firstly, when it comes to international affairs, things like this, I don't go with the ideology. It's best to be practical. So you can't be fully isolationist. You can't be fully, a hawk and be a complete neocon. Everything has to be case by case. The problem I have with Biden in this situation is that when a few years ago Donald Trump did a similar thing in Syria, which was self-defense, all these people came out and criticized him, including Joe Biden's current press secretary, who said that Syria is a sovereign country, we shouldn't do that. The same person came out and celebrated what Joe Biden did, the airstrikes in Syria. Really? Hypocrisy much? So that's my problem with the Biden administration. They're going to do a lot of things that will be similar to the Trump administration, but they're going to say it's fine now. Just like how America First is now a good idea. When Trump was president, America First was bad. Right, and also, I'm going back to the locations because we have a lot. Jude from Scotland. David, who's a new member, is an American living in Budapest, Hungary. Wow. I really want to know what you're doing there. So, and also, what's the situation with the lockdown in Hungary? I actually don't really know what's going on there right now. And Craig Davison from France. So, yes, you heard us talk about your president. So, yeah, Craig, what's your view on Le Pen It'll be interesting. I want to know actually, Craig, are you Brit living in France? Because your name is Craig Davidson, or you're also actually French as well. And we have Kai watching from Finland. We have, oh God, we are going global, guys. So, and what do we have? Let's see. Yes, Keith is talking about kids in cages. Well done, Joe. As you know, again, that was a policy that President Obama introduced for migrants who cross the border, and if they have children, someone has, you have to keep the children somewhere while they go through the process. And Obama introduced it, and then when it continued under Trump, and Trump stopped it, people blame Trump, saying he has introduced cages for kids. Now, somehow Biden's in favor of it, and everything's fine now. Okay, let's go, because I know we have a lot of new viewers. We have Paul Kelly, Paul actually, welcome back. We have Anna Beach and Anna from Scotland. Thank you so much for joining us, Anna. And let's say hello to some people. We got Paul Top Fitness, brilliant name, from Dubai. Welcome to the live stream, Paul. And we have David Bradley, who's from Northamptonshire as well. We have a lot. I'm sorry I can't, I'll be missing some of the locations and names, but I'm gonna try my best to see. Also, if you guys are watching this after the live stream, because obviously this went live at 8 p.m, you can, this is obviously a rerun, you can click on the you can enable the live chat, because obviously right now you could probably just see the comments, but live chat is there. There's a button under the video, just click on the live chat and you could see all the live comments as well. And we have also Scott Phillips, who's from Wisconsin, America. We have a lot of Americans. I wanted to see what you guys are thinking when it comes to President Biden at this point, because he's been doing his job for the past month or so, a couple of months now, and hasn't been that impressive, has he? It's like having Sir Keir Starmer, slightly more dangerous, becoming Prime Minister. So Marcus Arcus says Joe Biden is God to Hollywood. Yes, he is God to Hollywood and Meghan Markle, definitely. Well, these people were the ones who not only voted for him, but also donated a lot of money to his campaign. So, of course, they're happy. So we have, let's see, Scott Loxley, who's been a member for 6 months, says, when football fans are allowed back in stadiums, should we be allowed to boo the taking of the knee? Well, of course, you should be allowed, Scott, because, we should be living in a free society. And, of course, there will be a backlash. Some people in the media will criticize you. But we've had already, when just before the recent lockdown, when some of the fans were allowed to go back to stadiums, certain football clubs did boo. I don't really understand why they're still taking a knee. But regardless of the politics of it all is, what happened in the summer, if you want to, to mourn or show respect, whatever it is, usually do it for a while, just for a day. Even when someone dies, they just wear like a band or something, but they've been taking the knee for months now. I'm not really sure what the point of it is at this point, because a lot of big corporations and big brands have already moved away from the BLM movement, because they realized what the BLM did. So even Sky News at this point, Sky Sports, apologies, not Sky News. Kelvin Potter says, good evening, Maya. Speedy recovery for Lacey. I listen to all your broadcasts. As a 70-year-old, I am unable to actually pay for a full membership, but I do enjoy your broadcast. Well, thank you so much, Kelvin. And yeah, don't worry. Again, I know that a lot of people, just especially now, because of the economic crisis that we're going through, won't be able to donate via PayPal or Super Chats or even a membership. That's why I'm keeping the main channel as it is. No paywall. It's always free every day. So nothing will change for you guys. And actually, you watching the channel is already helping me. And if you want to help, the best way to do it is, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, but also click on a thumbs up, which is over here. Do that. That's the best way. That's all the support I need from you guys. And if you haven't subscribed, I've mentioned it because I keep getting emails from some of you. It is actually free to subscribe. There's a difference between the membership and the actual subscription. It's not like the magazines or like the Telegraph. So you click on a subscribe button, it's free to do, and the bell next to it to actually get notified. When you click on a bell, click on all, not personalized. Let's go back to the live chat. And also, I just realized that we have now hit over 1,000 thumbs ups or likes. YouTube keep changing it. It used to be called something else, and it was like, now it's thumbs up. So yeah, I'm gonna call it thumbs ups for now. So yes, thank you so much everyone for supporting the channel. Now, yeah, Tim is also pushing in the conversation for likes. Brilliant work, Tim. Let's have a look. Anna says, is it true that Joe Biden is a Celtic supporter? Well, Joe Biden, all we know is that he was quite close to some of the figures in the IRA. That's all I can say. Not really sure what his views are now on this issue, but we know that he was pretty much against Brexit. That's all I can say. And until he actually starts meeting all these leaders and expressing his views on especially the Irish border, I'm going to wait and see what he says. But I'm not really optimistic when it comes to his credentials to be pro-British. He's not like Donald Trump. So let's go. And we have Michelle, who's from Scotland, says, I really love your broadcast. Thank you so much, Michelle. And thank you for watching. I think, yes, we have a super chat from Kevin Hoskin. Thank you again, Kevin. Another super chat, £5. Kevin says, what are your thoughts about the Daily Mail headline truth about the deaths that we had from the virus? Even the BBC and ITV reported on it. I did predict this a few months ago. I think it was about 6 months ago when I said, just after the first lockdown, I said that eventually the press will turn on the government. And the stats that we've had, at the time, it was, for them, it was too soon to criticize the Public Health England or the NHS on this data that they had. So now it's all coming out. Daily Mail published it, and as you said, the main channels are talking about it, because we know that the way they are counting the cases when it comes to this virus is not accurate. Firstly, the flu's disappeared. Where is the flu? Secondly, we know that partly it's because of the lockdown, because everyone's home, but partly it doesn't disappear. The cases the names have changed, and also people who are losing their lives. Recently, the media, Sky News, have changed the way they word it. Now they say, they used to say it's directly caused by the virus. Now they just say that, tested within 28 days. So even if you get hit by a car and you test positive, you're still going to the same data, which is really, really bad. Now, let's have a look and let's see if we have, I believe, oh yes, we have PayPal donations from a couple of people. I missed that. It was about 5 minutes ago. Apologies, guys. I'm going to go back to it. So we have the first one from Adrian Litzler. Thank you so much for the £5 PayPal donation. Adrian says, keep up the good work. What will the great global reset mean to the man in the street? Well, if we go with what they actually say, is that you're not going to own anything, but you'll be happy. That's one. And then secondly, it's the idea that they're going to put corporations and big business and powerful people first, primarily because they think, this is their view, that big institutions, whether they're governments or businesses, they know better, and so they can save the world better than a small corner shop or whatever, small business or a sole trader. So that's the biggest problem. So the man on the street is not going to benefit. They think it's going to benefit them, but it's not going to benefit them. Nicholas Simpson, also PayPal donation. Thank you. Nicholas says, should we be worried how much investment Tony Blair is having with the government and the Conservative Party, and could new Labour grow out of it with traditional Conservative going underground? I think the days of New Labour is truly gone, because it was never a real thing. It was primarily just to change the face of the Labour Party, and it worked for a while. And Tony Blair should just stay quiet for a while, because he's getting a lot of airtime. I'm not really in favour of cancel culture. He should still be given all these platforms. I'm just don't listen to him, because right now it's so outdated. Everything he says, it just comes out. Whether it was the last few years talking against Brexit, or now the immunity passports. Don't get me started on that. So Darius says in the live chat, thank you everyone for watching and liking the video. By doing that, you are already helping us a lot. Please do not feel pressure to become a member. We appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, Darius is absolutely right. Although, if you can, feel free to become a member. If you can't, then don't worry about it. And we have another donation from Mark Keane, £5. Thank you so much, Mark. That reminds me what Darius said, and also the fact that the subscribers are actually going up. I did mention this a couple of days ago. Lacey and I came up with this idea. Lockdown's going to finish hopefully in June, 21st of June. Officially everything, that's what they say. And we are currently, I believe, on around 230,000 subscribers. We said if you guys could help us reach 300,000 subscribers by the 21st of June, then what we're going to do is we're going to plan to hire a pub or a venue and do a big event and have a drink with you guys, and you're all invited. But it's difficult to see where the best place is, because obviously I live in London, but not everyone is in London, and we don't want to make everything London centric. So Lacey thought the best thing to do is we're going to create a poll, an opinion poll, because they're very right, and ask you guys to pick from a number of big cities that we have from up and down the country. So like your Manchester, your Birmingham, and all the others as well, Newcastle maybe. And then, whatever city actually gets more votes, then we're going to pick that place. We're going to find the pub. And again, I'm going to go to you guys, because you guys, especially the local people in those areas, you need to help me with the venue as well. So, we'll get back to you guys. But the priority right now is to help us reach 300,000 subscribers by 21st of June. So if you have any family members or friends who haven't subscribed but you think they're going to like the channel, just basically, if each one of you get 1 or 2 people to join, that'll be amazing. Now let's go. Actually, Mark Keane, who gave us a £5 super chat, thank you again, Mark, says, what are your thoughts over the World Health Organization removing the pro-lockdown video today? Well, it is the World Economic Forum, I believe, unless there was another pro-lockdown video. If it's the World Economic Forum, the clip that I showed you guys earlier, as I said earlier, if you've joined the live stream in the middle of all this after what I said earlier, so the World Economic Forum published this video to celebrate lockdown, saying that lockdown are making the world cleaner and quiet and it's so nice. They were forced to remove it and apologize because they realized what they did. They're basically saying that humans being inactive is a good thing for the planet. Well, what about the actual humans? So that was the gist of this video that they did. And so the massive backlash happened. Philip Jones, super chat, £5 from Philip, thank you. Philip says, have you seen in Nigel Farage's video about the migrant boat being picked up in the channel and all the 12 migrants testing positive? Yeah, actually Nigel did this video, I think it was yesterday, talking about how there's a massive increase in cases right now in the southeast, in Kent. Primarily because a lot of people who are now using the boats from France to come to the UK are testing positive. So if those people who are very concerned about this whole situation and the lockdown, they're not really concerned about the boats. Interesting, right? So if you, as a normal person, as a citizen of this country, just want to live your life, go for a walk, have coffee, you'll be in trouble. But if you want to take the boat from France to come here illegally, even if you test positive, doesn't really matter. So yeah, what Nigel said actually was a good point. I think I missed a couple of things. So moderators, feel free to help me out on the live chat. Lacey is also giving me info. Let's see, we have Andrew Ellis. Actually, well, yes, that's the PayPal donation. Yes, thank you again, Andrew. Right, and then we have HS, £5. Hi Maya, what do you know about a woke bill to get rid of words like mother, motherhood, and everything else? Yes, so worrying. It's actually interesting timing because the government and parliament finally agreed that they want to call people who are pregnant mothers. Well done, guys. Next, they're going to say that sky is blue. I don't understand why we're talking about these things. We have other priorities. People are losing their jobs and businesses are going down. Mental health is on the rise and everything else. And we're talking about words. Seriously. So yeah, what HS says, it's a good point. It is kind of worrying that we're talking about these things at this point, but it's going to continue for a while. Paul Kelly is back. Thanks again for another super chat donation, Paul. Alex Salmon evidence. What's the risk to the rest of the UK? Well, I think what I want to see is by bringing down the SNP establishment, it should unite the UK against the Scottish referendum. But at this point, we have to wait and see if Sturgeon is going to survive or not. Alex Salmon is pretty much confident that eventually he's going to bring down the SNP leadership. But that's going to continue next week as well. So as usual on this channel, we've been reporting on the SNP scandal every day. So I'll come back to you guys tomorrow or Monday when we hear more from Holyrood. Sir Chap £12 super chat from Search Thank you so much. The World Economic Forum are SME deniers. That's a good way of saying it. Yes, they are small businesses and all the ordinary people out there. They don't matter to the World Economic Forum. The way, again, I'm not saying it. This is what they say on their own website, that prioritizing big business is the way to tackle all the problems in the world. And we have a Jada Kong, £5 super chat. Thank you. The comment is, love you, Maya. I love you too. Thank you so much. So let's see if I've missed any PayPal donations. I think everything's fine here. Pretty quiet. Good. Now, let's go to the comment section, see what is happening. Right. Keith Locke says you will own nothing that you currently have finance on, because they will offer debt relief for handing over ownership, which will probably be tied to taking the jab. Well, that will be a comprehensive plan if they do that. But I do believe when it comes to ownership, if they truly believe that there's going to come a time when people are not going to own anything, I want to know if they want to take things away from people, or is it just a prediction that people are not going to be into aspiration? If it's the latter, they're very much wrong about humanity and how we actually operate on this planet. We are truly capitalists. Even the communists are capitalists, as I said earlier, because they still want some sort of capital. They want to own something. Right, I'm gonna, before I leave you guys, because it's Saturday evening, if you're watching in the UK, if you're in America like Tim and others, then you need to get on with your day. I'm gonna see, Lacey says, glad to see everyone. It's so excited for the party. Oh, I've missed all the comments about the party. What have I missed, guys? I'm guessing you're all looking forward to it. So hopefully you are. And yeah, I mean, we're going to have more details for you guys, again, Lacey and I, when we know more. But the priority is we have, 4 months to go? Yeah, 4 months. We're going to have to hit 300,000 subscribers. So if you could help us with that, then you will be rewarded. You'll be able to have a drink with us, celebrate the freedom that we're going to have if they don't extend the lockdown. Right. And again, Trevor says, Maya, look, 1.3 thousand likes. Brilliant. Actually, it's getting close to 1.4, Trevor. Thank you for the reminder. So yeah, if you haven't clicked on a thumbs up right now, you could do it. It's up here. Click on a thumbs up. Help the video. Help the channel. And let's go. We have a couple of other super chats. Wow, Greg Jackson is back. Greg, thank you for joining again this Saturday. £20 from Greg. And yes, he says... yeah, it's just one of the stickers. I can't see the stickers when I'm using this software, but yeah, I know what it is, because it basically describes, it's a pair character dancing. Yeah, you can see, I don't know why I'm reading it to you. It says, you are amazing. Thank you. And I believe there was another one that I missed. Let's have a look. Yes, Fudgy Bear. Really? Oh, Fudgy Butter. Not Fudgy Bear. Fudgy Butter. Yeah, because that's better. £5. Thank you so much for the donation. Side question: where is the flag? What's the story? Did some snowflake come and steal it? Yeah, don't get me started. In the name of making changes, I've made some changes in the background. Like we had the artwork, which was an old school Union flag. People kicked off because it was outdated. We had the original flag. Now we got this. Some people like it. But we'll make more changes. Don't worry. We want to avoid becoming boring and everything's the same like Sky News Studios. So we will make more changes. Don't worry. I'll bring some sort of flag. I'm technically wearing it, so you can see I believe in Britain. I'm wearing my merchandise, so the flag is here. Right. Robert Craig, super chat, £10. Thank you, Robert. You didn't add any comments or questions. If you have anything, feel free to add as well. But thank you so much for the donation, Robert. And we have also Eddie. Yeah, that's the one. £5 donation from Eddie. Thank you. And let's see. Oh, yeah. So Paul just updated us. 1.4 thousand likes. It's gone. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's 1,435. Keep going, guys. Keep clicking on the thumbs up. And also get everyone who's watching right now with you, next to you, in the living room or wherever you are, to log onto YouTube and subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to do it. And Anna says, it's British, so it's all good. It is good. And, oh yes, Eleanor Crawford says, who do you think you are, Nicola Sturgeon? Or as they said before, Who do you think you're kidding, Mr. Sturgeon? I'm sure you can get the reference if you've been watching British sitcoms. And Moonswan says, yes, reminder for everyone. Does anyone have any questions for Maya? Questions? Bring on your questions, because I'm going to leave you guys in the next 5-10 minutes. And Mark Keane is watching us from Swindon. Hello, Swindon. Hello, and brilliant. So yes, Lacey says, if we hit 300,000 subscribers, we'll have special guests and speakers at our party. That way, actually, yeah, because for those of you who remember, some of you joined us last year. I think, yeah, it was literally just over a year ago, last January, when I hit 100,000 subscribers. We hired a venue in London. We had about 600 people, 700 people who came, and we had a number of special guests. We had Andrew Walker, some of you know, who has a YouTube channel. We had Nigel Evans, the MP and Deputy Speaker of the House. We had Steve Baker. We had Douglas Carswell and Mike Graham from Talk Radio. So those were the days. And that was the event in the middle of this pandemic. So it didn't really help, that event. Yeti's, but brilliant. £5 super chat from Yeti. Thank you. The comment says, Maya and Lacey forever. Thank you so much, Yeti. App, loving the name. £5 super chat from App, thank you. What are your thoughts on the energy security of the UK in terms of the new nuclear plants and renewables? For some of you know, I am very much pro-fusion, and I believe that's the cleanest version of the source and energy. But a lot of people are now, a lot of people who are into green energy and clean energy, they don't like nuclear for a number of reasons. Well, they say that it's still not safe. But that's a lie, because over the last few years it's becoming safer and safer with all the regulations. But their main problem is the fundamental problem, because they keep associating it with the defense department and what happened in the 20th century. Nonsense. You could actually have clean nuclear energy, and that's actually, in the long term, it will be cheaper than any sort of renewables and everything else. But if you want to actually have clean energy, invest into fusion, nuclear fusion. So that's my view. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Right. And Janet, hello from Granada. I'm stuck here from the UK. Great news, the lockdown is coming off on the 21st of June. I know, because I've received some of the comments. I've been looking at some of the comments and the emails. Some of our subscribers, our loyal Brits, are now stuck outside. They can't come back home because they left before this travel ban situation started. So I hope you can come back home and join your families again, and then also join us in the pub after June when we hit our 300,000 subscribers. Darius also reminds us to check out our I Believe in Britain merchandise link in the description. If you guys want to have one of these hoodies, I Believe in Britain, we also have t-shirts and everything else. Check out the link in the description. Get your merchandise today. Right, so I believe... we have opposition. Adrian says nuclear isn't safe. Well, that's the thing. So at this point, it depends how you define it, because coal is not safe when it comes to air. But nuclear, the biggest problem we've had recently was certain accidents. And every time they happen, they add more regulations, health and safety. It's becoming safer and safer. I'm not going to claim that nuclear is the safest, but it is the cleanest. And it's going to become safer. So the best way to do it, as I said, to invest into it, to make it safer. So that's the best way. That's my view. Yeti, another super chat. Thank you. I couldn't find the channel for those lads that played their guitar to cheer up their mum. What was it again? Yes. As you know, we do this News in Your World segment at the end of each program. And a couple of days ago, there were two teenage brothers, who decided to start a YouTube channel, musicians. I believe the name of the channel is The Main Lads, but it's M-A-Y-N-E, The Main Lads. If you guys want to check it out, they watch the channel, and their parents as well. So feel free to check them out. Louis, super chat, £2 from Louis. Thank you so much. Do you think that Reform UK will be successful? Well, the Reform UK is the new party. It's the Brexit party that's now turned into Reform UK. Nigel Farage and Richard Tice are behind it. Really depends what their agenda is going to be, because initially it was supposed to be anti-lockdown. But if the lockdown actually truly finishes in a couple of months, in a few months, then I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. But if they want to focus on other things, because Nigel Farage has been talking about China recently, he's been talking about a number of other things, then there is definitely a gap in the market when it comes to political parties. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what's going to happen, because right now they're not really doing that well in the opinion polls. We've gone back to a traditional two main parties, Labour and Tories right now. So regardless of how much people are frustrated with the Tories in government or with the Labour Party being incompetent, a lot of people still feel there are no other options. So they keep voting for these two at this point. So that's the situation in the UK. Right, so I think we have another comment. I'm going to go to the live chat. KB Molly says, do you think that they will achieve their neo-feudalistic goals? I believe you're talking about the World Economic Forum. Yes, well, no, they're not going to. No, it's not going to happen. My view is that this whole project to centralize the whole world is so idiotic, and they don't understand that you're dealing with human behavior. You can't control human behavior unless you want to create actual communist states around the world. That's the only way they could do it, and I don't think it's going to happen. There will be a massive uproar. So, no. Let's see. I'm going to go to the live chat again. I think people are talking about the upcoming event that we're going to have. Lacey actually says, who would you guys like to see at our event as a special guest? Type names of special guests and we'll try our best to get them. Yes, because that's actually sort of what I did last time, but everyone just said Mike Graham. So then I have to get all the others as well to join. So if you guys have any suggestions in terms of special guests to come to our event, feel free to give shout outs. We see HS who says Nigel Farage, Andrew Walker. Actually, Nigel's not a bad shout. I could ask him when everything is over. Let's see who else. Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, feel free. I've seen David Curtin being suggested, the leader of the Heritage Party. And Robert Trump says, Maya, I love your show. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Mark Keane says Nigel Farage. And what Ray says, Nigel Farage is not 100%. He supports Blair. Let's see. Lawrence Fox. Sunshine says Lawrence Fox. I could ask Lawrence as well. We're going to have... John says Donald Trump. I mean, he's slightly less busy now. It's not going to happen. Angus also says Donald Trump. Yeah, we're not going to get Donald Trump, guys. The event will go down. Can you imagine the protests outside the venue? And Tim Heal says Tim Heal. Great suggestion, Tim. For those of you who don't know, Tim started his podcasts, and I appeared as a guest on his show. I think I have the link now. I will definitely publicize it. I'll tweet it out as well if you follow me on Twitter. And YHWH Clay says, Femi. Invite Femi. We need a laugh. It would be amazing if I could get someone from the other side to just come, have a drink, have a laugh. But you know how they are. They're not going to do it. You know, if Novara Media host an event, and if they want to invite me, I'll definitely go. But I don't think they want to come on the show. And Tim Whittam says Emily Carver and Lawrence Fox. So Emily's a good friend of mine, and Lawrence as well. I could see if they're around again, but I can't, like, if I make a big list, then all my friends are going to be invited. Alex Belfield has been suggested by Jeff as well, and Katie Hopkins. Don't think Katie's going to join, but so let's see. Oh wow, so yeah, we got this is a good one. Terrence says Douglas Murray. I knew Douglas through another friend, so I could actually ask around. That would be great as well. That would be good. So I'm hoping Lacey's actually taking note all these names. So we're going to create a big list, a big spreadsheet. And It's Only Me 44 says you need to get Jacob Rees-Mogg. Getting a government member is going to be slightly difficult, especially just after the lockdown, but we can try to get Jacob. And Terence also says Jeff Norcott. Yes, I know Jeff quite well. If you don't know, he's a sound centre-right conservative comedian. I could see if Jeff is also around. This list is going to grow. Piers Corbyn has been suggested as well. Depends if he's arrested on that night, because he keeps getting arrested every 2 weeks. He's a troublemaker. And Christine says, Christine has been a member for 6 months, by the way. You promise not to mention his name. Oh yeah, I did say, because people get angry when I mention Femi, and I did promise, I think it was last Saturday, a couple of weeks ago, that I'm not going to mention Femi again, but I just did. So apologies. And Scott Wood says Emily Hewitson. Yeah. To be fair, Emily will definitely be there. For those of you who don't know, Emily is one of the young, sound Brexiteer activists who's kind of got a big following on Twitter as well. No, Emily will definitely be there. She's, she has no choice. She has to come. Considering she's Lacey's best friend, she has to come. And Tim also says Tim Heel, Julia Hartley Brewer. Julia will be good too. Again, we have to actually take down all these names because it's going to be a big list. Lemon Squeeze says super chat £2 from Lemon Squeeze. Thank you again. What about Kate Shemarai? I'll add it to the list. Keep Blackford. Ian Blackford's been mentioned. No. Okay, we're going to end this now. This has gone too far, Tim. Gone too far. Brilliant. Oh yeah, Claire Fox been mentioned by Sunshine. Yes. Lord Frost has been recommended by Peter Ashcroft. Imagine if we could get David Frost to come as a guest speaker. That would be absolutely amazing. Don't think he will now because he's joined the cabinet. And Malcolm Hoodless said Prince Harry. All right, I'm going to end the live stream right now. Although, considering Prince Harry, wants to have a quiet life and loves media interviews and events, he'll definitely say yes at this point. Brilliant. Okay, so we have all these names. I can see the live chat. We got Richard Tice, Nigel Farage, Darren Grimes, and everybody else. Jordan Peterson. Yes, and Joe Biden's been mentioned by Darren Hargreaves. Great list. And Tom Harwood has been mentioned. So, okay, I think Lacey is actually taking the notes and creating all this. Oh, we do actually have a good one. There we go. We have Game Player 1188 suggesting Charles Walker. I've got in touch with Charles Walker's office actually to come on the show as a guest. So I'll definitely do that. Then when he's on the show, talk about the lockdown and everything that's happening in the world. Then I could also invite him to come to the event. That would be actually amazing. And Nick Ferrari has been mentioned. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of people who are also, as you can see, some of the names who will be joining the new GB News channel as well. So we have to wait for their announcements to kind of see who else is going to be there, and it'd be good to invite everyone. So and Liam Gallagher has been mentioned. What is happening to this chat, guys? Russell Brand. Robert Trump says, take care, Maya. God bless. Yes, I'm not actually leaving, Robert. Actually, I do have to leave though, because it's actually past 9. It's past my bedtime. I need to finish my sparkling wine, English sparkling wine. All right, good. Now, we have all the suggestions. The live chat is going to be saved, so Lacey and I will go through it. And Tim says, Maya, please film the pub too. Actually, we could do a live stream from the pub. For those of you who can't make it, that would be quite good. And Lacey just said, I've made notes of all these names. Thank you, everyone. We will only be able to invite them should we hit 300,000 subscribers. So do share, ask family and friends to subscribe. Listen to Lacey Butcher. She has the authority. So yes, we're going to hit the subscribers and it's going to be great. And as Ju says, Maya for PM. Go. No, I'm not, not running for PM. We just got rid of this Maya for Mayor stuff. Now we're going to go with this one. No. Now we have everyone here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to go to the end screen. I'm going to end the live stream, but I'm going to be there to say goodbye to everyone in the live chat. For those of you who are watching this after the live stream, you can still enable the live chat as well. So don't forget, thumbs up, because we are currently on 1,626. Click on thumbs up, but also if you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button and the bell next to it. Click on all, not personalized. I don't know why they do that, but you have to click on all. Otherwise, you're not going to get notified. What's the point of it? So it's either you either press the all or not. Now, do that, and then I'm going to go to the live chat, say goodbye to all of you. Thanks again for watching. I'm going to be back tomorrow, Sunday. We're going to have all the Sunday shows on BBC and Sky, all the interviews, see what these politicians are going to talk about. I'm going to come back and report back to you guys and see what's going to happen in the week with the SNP. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.